nice? Was it funny?
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Did you have a good one?
It's live already.
It's okay? Thank you.
The Afghanistan. Yeah. No, is there a competition? Foggy. Yeah. Monday morning. I mean, it's a diminishing. Good morning.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. Israel's ambassador to the UN, Danny Danon, is going to deliver a brief update on regional developments. He'll take your questions afterwards.
Good morning. Overnight, Israel expanded the forward defense. Excuse us. Good morning. Overnight, Israel expanded the forward defense area in southern Lebanon. This step was taken to remove immediate terrorist threats near our border and create an additional layer of security for the residents of northern Israel. Israel did not choose this situation. Hezbollah did. For weeks, Hezbollah has been launching rockets at Israeli communities from southern Lebanon. It has been doing so from areas where it is not supposed to be present at all. On Friday last week, during his visit to Lebanon, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, and I quote, "There is no military solution, only diplomacy and dialogue." Israel supports diplomacy, but diplomacy only works when agreements are enforced. Under UN Security Council Resolution 1701, Hezbollah is not supposed to operate south of the Litani River. That area was meant to be free of Hezbollah weapons. Yet Hezbollah is operating there. Hezbollah is firing from there. And the Lebanese government has not taken sufficient action to stop it. Diplomatic commitments were made only last November. They were not enforced. And when rockets continue to be fired from areas that were supposed to be free of weapons, Israel cannot sit back and pretend diplomacy is working. Let me show you what the reality on the ground looks like. There is a map here. You know, the communities, it's in Hebrew, so I will explain, but we got it from our intelligence unit in the IDF. In this map, you can see 213 Hezbollah launchers from Lebanon between 7 p.m. on March 11 and 11 a.m. the following morning. One night, so many rockets. The red markers, you can see, those are in Lebanon, southern of the Litani River. Those are the launch of sites of Hezbollah. The blue marks that you can see here show the impact points or interceptions. The white lines show the trajectories. Look at this map. Look at how many launch sites are south of the Litani River. Everywhere you see the red dots. It's in one evening. Under UN Security Council Resolution 1701, Hezbollah is not supposed even to be there. Yet rockets are being fired from dozens of locations in exactly that area. And look where these rockets go. Here, here, and here, all the blue dots, civilian communities. This is not precision targeting. This is indiscriminate fire, chaotic, deadly missiles launched with the intent to kill civilians. And Hezbollah does it from within civilian areas. That is their method. Hide behind civilians, launch rockets at Israeli communities, and then blame Israel. Our message to the Lebanese government is simple. Step up, step in. Since the ceasefire in November 2024, the Lebanese government has not done what it needed to do to dismantle Hezbollah. Lebanon must restrain Hezbollah now, or we will. Now let me turn to Iran. Yesterday, the Iranian regime's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi claimed, and I quote, that Iran has not targeted any civilian or residential area in the region. I don't know if you saw those interviews. That claim is laughable and completely disconnected from reality. We saw the airports, ports, energy infrastructure, homes destroyed. Are these not civilian targets, Mr. Araghchi? You know, you can ask Bahrain, Saudi, Qatar, the UAE, Oman, and many others. They have seen the missiles with their own eyes. And here at the UN Security Council last week, many of those Gulf countries condemned Iran's attacks. So the regime in Tehran is either lying or living in its own delusion. Iran's missiles are not targeting only Jews, also Muslim in Israel. Last Friday, an Iranian missile struck Israeli town of Zarzir, 2:30 in the morning. Families were asleep. Nearly 60 people were injured. Around 300 homes were damaged when fires broke out. A mosque in the village was also damaged by cluster munition. These, the civilians Iran claims it is not targeting. This is the reality. Meanwhile, the regime in Tehran is showing signs of weakness. Where is this new supreme leader? Where is he? He hasn't appeared in public. Leaders and members of the security forces are defecting. And while they hide, they continue to fire missiles from behind civilians like the cowards that they are. Israel will press forward until our objectives are achieved. Without action, Iran's surface-to-surface missile arsenal could have reached 8,000 missiles by 2027. That would rival the largest missile stockpiles held by major powers. Israel will not wait for that threat to materialize. Let me be clear. Israel will not allow our communities to be threatened. Not by Hezbollah, not by Iran, not by anyone. We will act to defend our people and to eliminate terrorist threats. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ambassador. It's Pamela Falk from U.S. News and World Report. The UN Security Council overwhelmingly passed a resolution to condemn Iran's attacks, and that was supported, as you mentioned, by the Gulf Arab states as well as a lot of over 100 other countries. Why do you think no countries so far have responded to President Trump's call to protect the Strait of Hormuz? And is Israel considering sending its own navy? How does this get resolved? Thank you.
Well, first, I welcome the decision that passed in the Security Council. 135 states supported it, and it proved that Iran is isolated, completely isolated. I think President Trump is leading with a lot of strength and moral clarity, and Israel will do whatever is necessary to support the efforts of the U.S. You know, closing the Strait of Hormuz is not a problem for the U.S. or for Israel. It's a problem for the entire world. And that's why I expect other countries to realize they cannot hide. If they will hide from terrorists, they will come to the shores of Europe and to the shores of other nations who are hiding now.
Thank you.
Gabriel Zondo, Al Jazeera English. Just following up, so is Israel ruling out sending your Navy to the Strait of Hormuz?
I didn't rule out anything. I said we understand the need to support the efforts of the U.S., and it should be a global effort. You know, you look at Israel, you know, a tiny country. You know, Iran is, I think, 80 times bigger than Israel, and we take a lot of the burden for the world. Councillor Merz said it very eloquently. He said that Israel is doing the dirty work for the entire world. So we will support the effort of the U.S., and we collaborate with the U.S.
One follow-up, Ambassador. Why are you still not allowing international journalists into Gaza?
Well, I think today, you know, we coordinate the entrance of reporters if they ask to, but we don't want to take responsibility for their well-being, because we know that at the end of the day, Israel will be blamed if something, God forbid, will happen to them.
Could I follow up? Are there talks between Israel and Lebanon?
A few players who are trying to mediate and to host talks. But Pamela, what we learned from our experience with Hamas, that you can achieve talks and make them effective when you degrade the capabilities of your enemy. And I think with Hezbollah, unfortunately, they still have capabilities. And what we are doing now, we are degrading their capabilities. And I believe the next step will be talks. But first, we have to degrade the capabilities of Hezbollah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matsumoto with Kyoto News. Thank you, Ambassador. In Lebanon, 800,000 people have been displaced inside their country, and Secretary General appealed for the urgent humanitarian assistance. So does Israel have any plan to ease this crisis?
Yes, we will ease this crisis once Hezbollah will not be where they shouldn't be. We actually asked the population to evacuate the areas south of the Litani because we are operating there, and we don't want to see civilian casualties. So as you mentioned, many people moved to the north, and we welcome the NGO that are supporting them. But the main problem is that Hezbollah is still running the show, and the Lebanese government must take action. They say the right things, but they don't take the right actions. So they have to mobilize the Lebanese military to the south, make sure Hezbollah is not there. That will allow our communities to go back to live safely, and for the southern Lebanese to go back to the south to live safely as well. Thank you very much.